Marty from AFTV. I am here with Adam G after watching Arsenal beating Slavia Prague in their own backyard, 3-0 in the Champions League. Adam, run me through the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to know that VAR works in one format of football, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, two decisions today, and they both the right result. Obviously, there was a debate, was the penalty an obvious penalty? For me, yes, it was all day long. Clear and obvious handball, gives the penalty. Saka puts that away, 1-0. And then the decision at the end was spectacularly dreadful refereeing. However, they used VAR in the right way, so points to them for doing that. I think Arsenal were pretty convincing, really, from start to finish, again, without really blowing too much, energy into it, and without sort of setting off, too many fireworks. They were pretty, they were pretty good. It was a competent performance, the kind of performance you want to see from a championship winning team. And I think, we're in a really good place in terms of where we are. I don't see any warning signs at the moment. Whereas in seasons gone by, when we've been doing well, I've seen warning signs. I've seen, we're a bit leaky, or Ramsdale doesn't, concentrate, or, the defence is starting to ship goals. I don't see that in this side. I see a rock-solid defence. I see us making the most of attacking moments. Yeah. And by the way, Mika Marino, wow. The guy, we should just use him as a striker from now on, because he provides so much in that position.
He does.
It's like you said on the watch along, two goals. What more can he do? He's bagged a brace. He's done very, very well. That's a really good thing for him to come into the side and do that. I don't know how long Gyökeres is out for, but stick Marino up at number 9 for the next game. Why not? He scored 2 goals. He's really proved his worth. He does it for Spain, does it for Arsenal. In terms of, our team, we've got some real lions of men in that team. Rice, Gabriel, takes you back to yesteryear with your Martin Keowns and your Sol Campbells and your, Patrick Vieiras. We've got a little bit of a, a little bit of a, I don't know. It's kind of paralleling. Yeah. It's paralleling what we had back in the day. Things are starting to come together now, really, really nicely. Winning defence, wins you titles, and we're making the most of our attacking opportunities as well. So, very comprehensive, very good.
Yeah, look, you speak very well, break it down nicely about the game and where we're at. I mean, obviously we've got Sunderland coming up in the Premier League on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff under the lights at the Stadium of Light. Going to be an interesting match. Obviously, we go and get maximum points there, keep another clean sheet. How do you see that game going? And do you see it as being a formality like that? If you don't, but if you do, why?
I don't think it'd be a formality. I think Sunderland at the Stadium of Light, funny enough, I picked them as a team that I thought would do quite well at the start of the season. And everyone was like, what are you thinking? What are you talking about? But Granit Xhaka, what a signing that's going to be. He's going to be desperate to score against us. He may have left on favourable terms. The fans loved him at the end. I remember that last game at the Emirates where he got those 2 goals. But he's going to want to do a job. He's going to have the bit between his teeth to absolutely, show Arsenal, look what you're missing now. And I think it's going to be a very tough game. But we have the side to stand up for it. We stand up to these challenges. People call us Stoke. People say, you're, Stoke City now. What? Just because we're not getting bullied by sides?
Yeah.
We're not being bullied anymore. And I don't think Sunderland will bully us either. I think we'll go there, we'll hold our own. And I think we'll be very strong, very competent. And I can see us getting a result, but I think it's going to be probably a much tougher test than... you all compared the run of the next few games on the panel. You're talking about Tottenham, Chelsea, Sunderland. I'd say Sunderland are the toughest of those 3. Wow. I really would.
Wow. So obviously, okay, we're talking about tough games coming up. We've got 4 out of 4 in the Champions League with no goals conceded. It's a fantastic record to have. And then obviously next in the Champions League, up pop Bayern Munich at home. Very interesting, different opposition. They have been in absolutely scintillating form this season. I think they've won, 14 out of 14? Really, they're a European giant and an absolute juggernaut, and could potentially be that real acid test or that banana skin due to, how they're performing right here, right now. Definitely a challenge. How do you see that going? And do you think that if we get a result there, do you think that almost cements and solidifies our credentials, and then it will definitely just be a case of, as long as we turn up, we can do the job and just deliver, and then go on and, you know, do what we need to do.
Well, that man Harry Kane will be back at the Emirates. I mean, the last time they were there was that 2-2 game. I mean, I remember him scoring that penalty. I remember Eric Dyer's smirk when he was asked outside, "How does it feel, you know, doing a job against Arsenal?" And you know, there's a little bit of needle there in that rivalry. I'd say something of a rivalry because of, you know, some of their ex-players. I think if we do the job against them, what more do we have to prove? I mean, arguably, what more do we have to prove already? We turned up against Real Madrid at the Bernabeu last season, beaten them, and comprehensively. Don't forget, we could have scored 1 or 2 more. And I think if we do the job against Bayern, it will be the same sort of thing. I'd say, you know, we're in pole position to win the Champions League. You know, there's no hiding behind anything. I don't think we're in a space to be saying that we're not up there in terms of fighting for it. We absolutely are. I'm not saying the favourites, but I'm saying we've got to be one of the contenders. I think with Bayern, they're a really good side. I mean, I don't know how they're going to play it, because sides have proved that when they've attacked us, they've been opened up. And when they've defended against us and put men behind the ball, they've also been opened up. Yeah. So it's very difficult to see what sides can do against this Arsenal team, because it's so strong. It's absolutely that strong. But I think if you beat Bayern, you're really laying down another marker. Yeah. Not a marker, but another marker, because we're laying down lots of them at the moment, and we're looking very, very strong.
And finally, let's talk about this defence quickly. How good is this defence, and how good can this defence be throughout for the rest of the season?
Yeah, the defence is, I mean, impeccable, isn't it? To be honest, they're not conceding any goals. The last one we conceded was against Newcastle. You know, obviously you talked about that Arsenal team in 1903, I think it was, and trying to equal that record. Wouldn't it be great?
We have equalled it.
We've equalled it, yeah. So let's beat it now. Let's go. Let's beat Spurs and make it 10 clean sheets, like you said. Wouldn't that be a great team to do it against? No, I mean they're spectacular. You know, these guys are absolute lions. They love defending. Saliba, Gabriel. You know, they're hungry to defend. They're really, really hungry for it, and you've seen that as well with, you know, some of our other players. Calafiori as well looks really, really good. Skelly, you know. Okay, Declan Rice isn't necessarily defensive, but he can do a defensive job at times. So we've got all the tools. We've got all the tools in our arsenal. Pardon the pun, but you know we're really looking very, very strong. It's the best defence in the league. It's got to be, for me. You know, absolutely the best defence in the league, and I think it will be what lays it out for us to win the league ultimately. Well,
thank you very much, Adam. You've been an absolute superstar. Yes, guys, you have heard it there. We have got plenty of content coming up. We've got match previews. We've got a box-to-box with a Sunderland fan. We have got a live watch-along in the studio. And obviously, we'll have all the other fan cams. So please check all of that content out. I've been Marty. He's been Adam. This has been AFTV, signing out.
GFN Soccer TV, with all your favourite shows in one place, is now live in the UK with Samsung TV Plus.